أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله فأما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We are doing Surah Yusuf Tafsir, and we will be doing inshallah part 3 of Surah Yusuf, inshallah. We did ayah number 1 to 6 in the first part of Surah Yusuf, the first ruku, and today we will do the second ruku from ayah number 7 to 20, inshallah. So we'll hear the recitation first, and then I will give you the meanings, and we will continue from there. And sisters, please. So we heard the recitation from ayah number 7 to 20. I will give you the meanings of what was recited. Verily, in Yusuf and his brethren, there were ayat for those who ask. When they said, truly Yusuf and his brother are dearer to our father than we, while we are usbah, really our father is in a plain error. Kill Yusuf or cast him out to some other land, so that the favor of your father may be given to you alone, and after that you will be righteous folk. One from among them said, kill not Yusuf, but if you must do something, throw him down to the bottom of a well. He will be picked up by some caravan of travelers. They said, O our father, why do you not trust us with Yusuf, though we are indeed his well-wishers? Send us with us tomorrow to enjoy himself and play, and verily, we will take care of him. He, Yaqub, said, truly, it saddens me that you should take him away. I fear lest a wolf should devour him while you are careless of him. They said, if a wolf devours him while we are usbah, a group, then surely we are the losers. So when they took him away, they all agreed to throw him down to the bottom of the well. And we revealed to him, indeed, you shall one day inform them of their affair, when they know you not. Okay? And they came to their father in the early part of the night, weeping. They said, O our father, we went racing with one another and left Yusuf by our belongings, and a wolf devoured him. But you will never believe us, even when we speak the truth. And they brought his shirt stained with false blood. He said, nay, but your own selves have made up a tale. So for me, patience is most fitting. And it is Allah alone whose help can be sought against that lie which you describe. And there came a caravan of travelers, and they sent their water drawer, and he let down his bucket into the well. He said, what good news! Here is a boy. So they hid him as merchandise or a slave, and Allah was the all-knower of what they did. And they sold him for a bakhs price, for a few dirhams, and they were of those who regarded him insignificant. So these are the next few ayahs that we will do about the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. Okay. So the last thing we did was about Yusuf alayhi salam was, the 6th ayah was that thus will your Lord choose you and teach you the interpretation of dreams and other things, and perfect his favor on you and on the offspring of Yaqub, as he perfected it on your fathers Ibrahim and Ishaq aforetime. Verily your Lord is all-knowing, all-wise. So this is not just the advice from Yaqub alayhi salam to Yusuf alayhi salam when he was revealing his dream to his father. This was also an ilham. And you know what is an ilham? It is revelation. So this was also a revelation. Okay, this is the revelation to a Nabi, which is Nabi Yaqub alayhi salam, about his son Yusuf alayhi salam as the meaning of the significance of the dream that Yusuf alayhi salam had, and he was mentioning it to his father. Okay. Now, to understand, Yaqub alayhi salam is telling Yusuf alayhi salam that this dream was not just given to you just like that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bestow the knowledge to you for interpreting dreams and for knowing more. And what is that? The wisdom. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives knowledge and wisdom to anyone, that means Allah is giving his very, very best favors to them. Because to Anbiya, he gave knowledge and wisdom. Every Nabi was given knowledge along with wisdom. Look, if you are given knowledge, and sometimes in recent times, we see lots of people, okay, young people coming up, having loads of knowledge and talking, giving good talks also. They have a lot of knowledge, overflow of knowledge. And when they deliver also, they are delivering it beautifully. But are they following it also properly? Do they have the wisdom how to apply that knowledge? Or is it only for preaching and teaching? It's very important that we have knowledge along with wisdom. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses wisdom to somebody, then they are going to apply the knowledge with wisdom that will bring them benefit for dunya and akhirah. Otherwise, the benefit will be in dunya, maybe some in akhirah as well, but there will be problem if you do not practice it. So here, Yaqub alayhi salam is telling Yusuf alayhi salam about the dream, that don't worry about it now, don't mention it to your brothers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will one day give you knowledge of how to interpret dreams, and he will give you wisdom also along with more knowledge, more benefiting knowledge. And then he will perfect you in your knowledge aforetime, okay? Then he's telling, before this time, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala perfected your father and grandfather and his father. And you know how it goes. Because Yaqub alayhi salam is already a prophet. And his father Ishaq alayhi salam was a prophet. And his father Ibrahim alayhi salam was a prophet. So he's saying, you know how it was? How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed knowledge and wisdom to your father and his father and his father. So this is how he's explaining that you have been chosen also by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he will bestow the knowledge onto you as well. Okay. So now we come to today's ayahs. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, verily in Yusuf and his brethren, okay, there were ayat for those who ask. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that there are lessons, okay, to draw from the story of Yusuf alayhi salam and his brothers, okay. The lessons and wisdom to learn from the story of Yusuf alayhi salam and his brothers for those who ask about their story and seek its knowledge. If you want to hear the story as a story, you will only benefit a story. Enjoy the story, go home. If you want to derive lessons from this story and seek knowledge from this story, then you will get some knowledge from this story. Okay? There are people who read a book, a story book. They like the book, they like the story, they forget about it. They forget what was the moral lesson in that story. They go and watch a movie or drama and they forget to see what was the moral lesson from that story. So from every story, there is a moral lesson. And if you fail to see the lessons and seek the lessons from it, if you seek it, you get it. Okay? So seek lessons and you will learn it. And Allah will give you that knowledge to learn it. Okay. Let's go forward with the story then. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling, when they said, truly Yusuf and his brother are dearer to our father. Now the brothers are discussing. Basically, they are very jealous. And what are they jealous of? They are jealous of Yusuf alayhi salam's father, Yaqub alayhi salam, being extra kind or being too loving to Yusuf alayhi salam. Okay? So the jealousy has developed among the brothers. They think that Yusuf alayhi salam and Binyamin are more dearer to Nabi Yaqub alayhi salam than the rest of them. So how can he love these two more than Osba? The word is Osba. That means we are a group. You know why this word is used and what is the importance of this word? Why they are again and again saying we are a group, we are Osba, and yet he is more loving to these two. Actually, I have told in the Prophet stories earlier that Yaqub alayhi salam had one wife from whom he had some children, then another wife from whom he had Yusuf alayhi salam and Binyamin. So they are not all of them from one wife. Yusuf alayhi salam and Binyamin was from one wife. Okay, so they are the real brothers. The others were from the other wife, and I had explained it to you that they felt that Yaqub alayhi salam loved Yusuf alayhi salam and Binyamin a little more than the rest of them. And that jealousy developed. And why the word Osba is used, which means group, and what is the significance of it? And it is used twice. Once here he's using, then another time he's again going to say that, nothing to worry about, we are a Osba. Why? Because, in those days, I have explained it to you, the culture of Arabia, and still in many of our villages and places where there is still lack of proper knowledge, they have this feeling that if we have more sons, we are more powerful. And I had explained it to you that in the Arabia, obviously the trend was that anybody who had more children, and among the children more sons, was a more powerful man. He could boast to people that I have 6 sons, I have 7 sons, I have 8 sons. I have a group of sons. So Yaqub alayhi salam was blessed with so many sons. Okay? And they were, mashallah, Allahumma barik, 12 of them. He had 12 sons. Okay? And that is why, there were those 12. I had told you in Prophet stories, I had told you about this, that when Musa alayhi salam was to strike also to get water, all 12 of them said, we want separate water. So he had to hit it in separate places. And there are 12 holes in the same mountain where the water came out from, because they wouldn't unite in their minds. And they had this, my water, my tribe should get water separately, and so on. Anyway, so there were 12 sons. Out of the 12 sons, 2 are Yusuf and Binyamin. But the rest of them are also 10 of them. So there are a group. Okay? So they are talking about Osba. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says how they are planning now. Okay? How can he love these two more than the group? We are more in number. How can he love just the 2 of them, leaving the whole group? Really, our father is in plain error. So they think the father is making a big mistake. It is his fault. He's in the plain error. So kill Yusuf or cast him out to some other land, so that the favor of your father may be given to you alone. Now, one of them's suggestion is actually we should just kill Yusuf. So there will be no Yusuf and we will get the attention and love of our father. Okay? And then either kill Yusuf or banish him into a distant land, so that you are rid of this trouble and you are alone enjoying the love of your father. And after that, you will be the righteous folk. After that, we can say sorry to Allah. We can ask for forgiveness, and then we can become the righteous people. Just that's one mistake we have to do. The rest of the time, we will be good people. Remember, they are the sons of a prophet. So when they are saying all this, they are also aware what they are doing. They're committing a sin. And they think it's okay, it's just one sin we will do of throwing Yusuf out of our lives. After that, we will do tawbah, and then we will be the righteous people. Then we are not going to do anything wrong. So it's okay. Now they're justifying it. Then the oldest among them, and his name was Reuben. Some say it was Reuben, Rubil. Some say it was Yehuda. As we know in some of the stories, it is given that his first son was Judah or Yudah. That is from Yehuda. That is from where Yehudi word came out from. Okay, Judaism came out from. Some say it was Shamun or Simeon, but mainly it was the first son who said, don't kill Yusuf. So he's the one who said, don't kill Yusuf. Do not let your enmity and hatred towards him reach to this level that you murder him. There's no need to murder him. We can get rid of him without murdering him. So he has a plan and plot also in a suggestion that he's giving it to his brothers. Anyway, mainly Yusuf, to fulfill this mission, okay, that Yusuf alayhi salam will become a prophet. Allah will bestow him with the knowledge and wisdom. Allah had to make them think in any other way and prevent them from murdering Yusuf alayhi salam. So that is why Yusuf alayhi salam would not have been murdered because of such plan. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to stop that plan, because Yusuf alayhi salam has to live to complete the mission Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has planned for him. So now what is happening? He would receive Allah's revelation and become his prophet one day, and Yusuf alayhi salam to be a powerful man in Egypt and govern it. So consequently, Allah did not allow them to persist in their intent to kill him. Basically, that advice of Rubel was taken. And so instead of killing him, they decided to do away with him by throwing him into a well. And then they thought he will be picked up by some caravan or somebody, and then that's it. We'll finish it off with him. Okay. Muhammad bin Ishaq bin Yasar said, they agreed to a particularly vicious crime that involved cutting the relationship of the womb, undutiful treatment of parents, and harshness towards the young, hopeless and sinless. It was also harsh towards the old and weak, who have the rights of being respected, honored, and appreciated, as well as being honored with Allah and having parental rights on their offspring. They sought to separate the beloved father, who had reached old age and his bones became weak, yet had a high status with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and his beloved young son, in spite of his weakness, tender age, and his need of his father's compassion and kindness. May Allah forgive them. And indeed, he is the most merciful among those who have mercy, for the intended to carry out a grave error. This is from Ibn Abi Hatim, which I just read out to you. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, the crime that they were committing was not just throwing their brother out of the scene. The brother who they were trying to throw out of the scene was helpless young lad. Okay? Who was also very, he was sinless, hopeless, he was small, dependent on them, or on the elder brothers, trusting the elder brothers, and father. So it was also, basically they were transgressing the right of a parent, whether it's father, mother, any one parent, old and weak, and you're trying to give so much worry, making him cry, parting him from a child, dishonoring them, disrespecting them, all that comes under that. So the whole thing became a very big crime. Okay, it was not just a small act, it was a very big crime. Then ayah number 11, they said, "O our father, why do you not trust us with Yusuf, though we are indeed his well-wishers?" Now, you know the story, how it goes, that they went and they said, "Father, we are going out, we are planning to go somewhere, we want to take Yusuf with us." Yaqub alayhi salam said, "Look, you will say that you want to take Yusuf with us, and then you will take him, and then you will tomorrow say that, a wolf ate him up because you will be neglecting him somewhere, so let him not go with you." Say, "No, Father, why you don't trust us? You think we will do like this? And you say all this to us when we are a group. We are again Usba. We are 10 of us. We can't look after 2 younger brothers of ours. You think we are so incapable? Why would we do that? We will look after him. He will enjoy. Let him come with us." So this is the story going on. Okay. On ayah number 7. Just a moment. This is from... Okay. Okay. So now the 12th ayah says, "Send him with us tomorrow to enjoy himself and play, and verily we will take care of him." So Yusuf's brothers asked their father's permission to take Yusuf with them. And finally, what did Yaqub alayhi salam say? He said, "Truly, it saddens me that you should take him away. I fear lest a wolf should devour him while you are careless of him." They said, "If a wolf devours him while we are a usba, then surely we are all losers." I mean, you think if 10 of us can't even look after one child against a wolf, then we are just losers. That means we are such losers that we can't even do this much. Don't worry about it. Leave it to us. We will take care. Okay. So in response to their request to send Yusuf alayhi salam, he's feeling sad, Yaqub alayhi salam. He loves Yusuf so much that he cannot set him out of his sight. And now, after knowing about the dream, he is even more restless and anxious to look after him. Okay. Already, if we see the story, Yaqub alayhi salam already feels that the other brothers are jealous of Yusuf alayhi salam. One reason was that Yusuf alayhi salam was very, very beautiful. Okay. And we know how Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam has explained about his beauty. He said when he met Yusuf alayhi salam, he could see that he's never seen a more beautiful man than Yusuf alayhi salam. And he said his beauty is one side and the rest of the beauty is on the other side. This much beautiful Yusuf alayhi salam was. Okay. And that is the reason why what did happen, which we will do in the story, how the wives of the other people who came for a refreshment party to Aziz's house, how they also cut their hands looking at him because he was such a beautiful man. He attracted attention. So obviously when a father or a mother, when the parent sees all the children before him or her, sometimes you know that this child is special. Okay. And then you pay a little more attention and care on that child. Okay. And somehow that child is more, what attracts the parent to the child? It is the child's obedience. It will only be the child's obedience. So that doesn't mean some children saw a parent loving one child more than the others, with their little limited knowledge from Google search. Nowadays, we have a Google psychiatrist also, So you can go and check and you can stamp people as mad, insane. This one has this psychological problem, that psychological, because I read in the Google. And it matches with my mother, this matches with my father, this matches with my brother. Everybody's got, they're all insane people in my family. They all have mental disorders. Very easy for children to go on stamping people, but this is not right. This can damage family structures. So you have to be very careful. And then now, from the Google search, they take out such kind of phrases and words that, oh, our mother is narcissistic. She has a golden child. Okay. Father is narcissistic. He has a golden child, or whatever. So this has become a wrong notion. They should go back to the teachings of Quran. We have lessons to learn from this. Yes. Not that I'm allowing favoritism to be something normal or something that should be done or that's okay. One has to be careful. Take this lesson from the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. Okay. So here, Yaqub alayhi salam is being very careful and he's cautious because he knows how they feel about Yusuf alayhi salam. Anyway, so he says, okay, it was hard on him. It was hard on Yaqub alayhi salam to let go and to be separated from Yusuf alayhi salam, even for the duration of that trip, okay, until they came back. And this demonstrates the deep love that Yaqub alayhi salam had for his son, because he saw in Yusuf great goodness. Sometimes a parent can see between the other children, this child is special. There is some special favors of Allah on him. So you start having more feelings for that child, and that child also doesn't really offend you or argue with you, or he's obedient to you. Then obviously your heart goes out for that child. Okay. Anyway, so this was what took place. And Yaqub alayhi salam still said that I fear that you might be careless with him while you are, racing or tending to cattle or shooting or doing other fun things there. Then a wolf might come and eat him while you are unaware. And they immediately defended themselves and said, no, how can that be? We are a group of people. We are not one or two people. Can't we look after one brother of us? Why do you say like that? If we are that incapable, then we are such losers. Okay, fine. So, ayah number 15, when they took him away, they all agreed to throw him down to the bottom of the well. And we revealed to him. Now, this is the first revelation coming to Yusuf alayhi salam. Allah is informing us that we revealed to him. And what did Allah reveal to Yusuf alayhi salam? Indeed, you shall one day inform them of this, their affair, when they know not. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is revealing to Yusuf alayhi salam that you don't worry. One day, I will bless you with knowledge and wisdom. And then one day you will tell them what they don't know now. They don't know now what they are doing. And you will tell them tomorrow when I will bless you with the knowledge. So be patient. Okay? Sometimes we are mostly talking about the patience, which is very famous and very obviously extensively. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also appreciated the patience of Ayub alayhi salam. And Ayub alayhi salam's patience is really like, for me personally, it's like inspiration that keeps me going in my life. But if I see Yaqub alayhi salam and his patience, Yusuf alayhi salam and his patience, these are the inspirations we must take in life, to know that if you are patient, reward will be coming to you. No way Allah is going to not let you have your, part of reward for being patient. And I will tell you more about this when we come to some more ayahs. I will tell you a little more about this, inshallah. Okay, so where is this now? Okay, said one of those who spoke, do not kill Yusuf. When I was telling you this, he said, when the brothers were talking and deciding what to do with Yusuf. So one of them said, don't kill him. As I said, the Reuben said, don't kill him. We will throw him in the well or somewhere, and some travelers will pass by, because caravans used to keep passing by. Somebody will pick him up. Okay. And this is the best you can do. Now, somebody picking him up, there is explanation to that, which I wanted to give you. A Bedouin woman asked Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, what about the things that we find? On the roadside, you find something, or in a masjid, you find something, or somewhere you find something. What about those things which are lost things which you find? What should you do? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, announce about them for a year, describing them fully. Okay? Saying that we found these pair of glasses, or this box, or this bag, or this whatever, so and so, such and such item we found in such and such a place. Describe it fully, properly. For the whole year, keep asking. And if nobody is there to claim it, okay, then of course they are yours. You can keep them. There's no problem. He asked, what about goats and sheep, etc.? He replied, they are either for you or for your brother who lost them. So you still go on asking. We found sheep, we found a cat, we found something. If they don't claim it for the whole year, then it's yours. Or for the wolves, if you don't pick them up. So better pick them up, the man asked. And camels? What about the camels? He replied, even camels. What do you have to do with camels? If you find one, let it alone, feeding itself until its owner finds it. So basically, except for camel, because camel will find its own owner, or the owner will find the camel. Camel is not a small item to get lost. And camel is lost, the owner will come and look for it. So leave camel alone. It will feed itself, it will look after itself, and the owner will find him. So this is the ruling of lost items. I thought I'll just tell you the fiqh ruling about items which are lost and what and how we should deal with them. Okay? And so we are on ayah number 15. So when they took him with them and agreed to place him in the bottom of a well, we revealed unto him, unto who? Yusuf alayhi salam, that one day you will remind them of this, their deed, while they would be unaware of your, your identity or who you are. That time you will tell them what they did today. So just wait. So be patient. Okay? So Allah has a plan. These people have a plan. Allah has a bigger plan. But for that plan, the bigger plan to take place, we always have to be patient. What happens is, in dunya, people think when they are doing bad to you, they can only do bad to you that time, and they feel happy they've done it. They feel they're successful, they did it. But when you see to whom they did whatever they did, if that person is peaceful and has gathered itself and is living, that means Allah is favoring that person. And Allah will eventually reward that person, because Allah is giving patience to that person to bear, to persevere all the atrocities, trauma, and calamities, and take it all. Just like Yaqub alayhi salam, that's the example. How Yaqub alayhi salam took the trouble, the children, his own children, are giving him. They are going to make him cry for years and years and years. They are being bad to one child. They are, conspiring against a brother and against a father. So they are conspiring against a parent and a sibling. And do you think Allah likes it? But Allah let it happen. And Allah gave patience to those two who were going to go through this trouble. And both were given glad tidings that don't worry, I will bring you up to a point. But it took years. It didn't happen in a day or two. Those years of patience is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to see in you. Do you have years of patience? Just be quiet, be patient. Allah will see your patience and give you more patience. And then Allah will give you the reward for that. It will not go amiss. Anyway, so to tell you that when they checked the well was apparently a dry well, deep enough to prevent him coming out, and not enough water. It was less water, deeper well with less water, deeper enough so that he does not climb out after they throw him, and not too full, so that when he is thrown inside the well, he cannot drown. So basically, they made sure that the well is right for him to stay in without drowning. Okay. Also to, okay, then what happens after that? Okay. So this, they then started, in fact, when they left the house, as soon as they left the house, they had so much in their hearts for Yusuf. They started abusing him, hitting him, pushing him, verbally cursing him and harming him by beating him. Come on, walk. Why can't you walk? Walk fast. And being rude and mean to him. As soon as they left their father's side, okay, they were rude and mean to him. When they reached for well that they agreed to throw him in, they tied him with a rope and lowered him down. When Yusuf alayhi salam would beg one of them, he would smack and curse him. He will hit him and say, shut up, keep quiet, go down. He didn't want to listen to him. Okay. When he tried to hold to the sides of the wall, they struck his hand and cut the rope. Okay. When he was only half the distance from the bottom of the well, they cut the rope so that he can go and fall. He fell into the water and was submerged. However, he was not able to ascend, a stone that was in the well and stood on it. So he found in the well a stone kind of a thing inside the well. So he ascended on the stone, climbed on the stone, and he stood there so that he does not drown, but he cannot climb up, and he had no other help. Okay. So Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu commented on this ayah, saying that you will remind them of this evil action against you while they are unaware of your identity and unable to recognize you. Okay, so this is what was explained. Okay, and ayah number 16 and 17, and they came to their father in the early part of the night, weeping. They said, "O our father, we went racing with one another and left Yusuf by our belongings, and a wolf came and ate our brother. But you will never believe us, even when we speak the truth." Ayah number 18, and they brought his shirt, okay, stained with the false blood. He said, "Nay, but your own sleeves have made up a, but your own selves are made up of a tale. And so I think I should take to patience. That is more fitting for me. And it is Allah alone whose help can be sought against that lie which you describe." You know, it's very dangerous when a parent finds out you lying, and you're lying to make them, cheat them, betray them, disobey them. What will happen to you? And mind you, these are prophets' children. Okay? So when righteous people's children go astray, don't be surprised. There were prophets' children who went astray. And they made a prophet cry to the extent that he went into blindness. They cheated their father, and they were bad to their brother. All that a prophet's children have done, not 1, 2, 10 of them together as a team. You know, when children get together, they feel very strong against the parent, and they can play up, conspire. So it's nothing to be surprised about. We learn these lessons from the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, how his brothers did that to the father, cheated him, lied to him, conspired against him, and was rude and mean to one sibling, separated them, all that. Okay. So, Ida Dahabna. Okay, so we went racing with one another. Now they are telling the story to their father. We went racing with one another and left Yusuf by the belongings. We told him to look after all the belongings. We made him sit there, and we were racing with each other. Okay. And a wolf came and ate him up. So we were not near him when it happened. And you will never believe us even when we speak the truth. So they are telling, because of that, we decided to bring you his shirt. Now, when Yaqub alayhi salam is looking at the shirt stained with blood, what does he say? You know what he says to them? "You are bringing me the shirt with the stain of blood, but I think you forgot to tear it." How did the wolf ate up Yusuf without tearing the shirt? The shirt is full, complete with blood stains. So did the wolf eat Yusuf alayhi salam, and the blood stains have come on the shirt, but the shirt is untouched? It's not torn from anywhere. You see how the mistake took place? So the lie came out to the father. Father knew my children are lying. So what did he say? "I will complain to Allah. And it's better for me to just be patient. It's more fitting for me to be patient. There is no need for me to go on asking you questions, and the more I'll ask, the more you are going to lie." He understood there is a foul play there. There is something going on. These people are cheating me. There is no point. If I force them to ask them more questions, they're going to tell more lies. It's best for me to just take to patience and complain to Allah and complain to no other man. That's the best way. Don't complain to people. Okay, just complain to Allah. Then Allah guides. Allah will find a way out. So Yaqub alayhi salam said, "I will firmly observe patience for this plot on which you agreed until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala relieves the stress with his aid and his compassion. And believe me, You know, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses you for something great like this is a great calamity. And Allah has chosen somebody for such a great calamity to be parted from a child who you love so much. Allah knows what you're going through. And Allah is compassionate. Allah is watching it, what is happening. And Allah may give respite to those who are doing it. But one day, Allah will reward the one who was patient and punish those who did it. But one has to be patient. And how do you know Allah's mercy is there with the person who's being patient? Because Allah will make him more patient, and look after that person and be merciful to that person and give special favors to that person. Okay? This is how Allah will show his mercy and his care and his blessings on that person. Ayah number 19 and 20, the last two ayahs. And then there came a caravan of travelers, and they sent their water drawer and let them down his bucket. And he said, wow, I found something inside. There is a boy. So we have a slave here. And now what happened was, let me just tell you, because the ayah just says, and they sold him for a buck's price, for a few dirhams, and they were of those who regarded him insignificant. So now what happened? Now they have thrown him in the well. All the brothers hid behind some bushes and some trees and waiting. They are sitting and waiting and seeing any caravan will come. They will try to draw water. They will find him. Okay, then we will come forward and we'll do the accounts that time. We'll do the transaction. So we will wait. Now they are all waiting in the hide. A caravan passes by, and in the caravan, the master tells one of the water bearers, go get some water from the nearby well. So he goes, he throws the bucket, and the rope is pulled down. So he looks down, who's pulling the rope? And there stands a young boy, very beautiful, handsome boy. And you know, when there are young boys, you know that they are good at working, they are swift, fast, and if they are looking healthy and nice, then you feel like keeping a good servant or slave, you know. So he thought, this is a slave, we got a free slave, very good. So he told her, Yusuf alayhi salam, to hold on to the rope and he will pull him up. He held on to the rope of the bucket and he pulled him up and brought him out. The moment he brought him out and he yelled out to his owner, his master, saying, I found a boy in the well. We can take this as a slave. Immediately, these brothers came out from the hiding. And they said to Yusuf alayhi salam, so this is where you were hiding, inside a well, bad boy? So they said, who is he to you? They said, he's our slave. He ran away. He's our slave. He ran away. We came here to sell him. But he ran away. So if you want to buy, you have to give us the money. So they said, okay, we'll give you 20 dirhams. Is that okay with you? They said, yeah, that's okay. Take him for 20 dirhams. So for a 20 dirham, he was sold to those caravan people. And that 20 dirhams, the 10 brothers shared it 2 dirhams each. And they were happy with that. Now you'll wonder, when these brothers came out of the hiding, I don't know if you people got this question in your mind or not, but it did come into my mind. Why? Yusuf alayhi salam is not saying, no, but I'm not their slave, I'm their brother. They are my brothers. Why didn't he say that? When they brought him out and they're saying he's a runaway slave, he's quiet. He knows he's being sold to some strangers and God knows what they will do with him. And they're taking him as a slave. And yet he was quiet. He didn't say, no, don't do that to me. Don't sell me. I'm your brother. He didn't say anything. Why? Because he knew if he opens his mouth and says, they are my brothers, they will kill him. They've already tried to get rid of him by throwing him into the well. They've been hitting him, smacking him, abusing him, cursing him. He didn't want to go back with them. He was scared. And he thought it's better for these people to buy me and take me with them. Whatever they do, it's okay. Here, maybe I will not live. They will kill me. And hence he kept quiet. And those caravan people took him away, bought him and took him away. And these people came back. And for 3 days, he was in the well, by the way. Because, caravans don't come every day. They take time to reach and pass by. So they had to wait 3 days there, waiting for some caravan to pass by so that they can get rid of him and then they can go home. And then that is when they took off his shirt also. Okay? And they took off his shirt and let him go, and then they slaughtered a sheep and threw some blood on the sheet of the sheep on the shirt, and took the shirt to Yaqub alayhi salam, saying that we brought the shirt just in case you don't believe us. And he was also saying, what are you trying to make me believe? That the wolf ate Yusuf without tearing the shirt? Very bright wolf. Or you forgot to tear the shirt while you spread the blood. Anyway, so he understood it's all drama and they are lying to me. But, sometimes when a parent is being deceived or conspired against by her own children or his own children, sometimes people will ask, why didn't you tell? Why didn't you tell? What can a parent tell about her own children or his own children? That my children have done this to me? How does it sound? Then if you are in deen and dawah, then they even further say, and your children? Why? Yaqub alayhi salam's children. 10 of them went astray, cheated him, saddened him. What all they did. So this is what happened. And of course, they brought back, after 3 days, when they were able to get rid of Yusuf alayhi salam, they brought Yusuf alayhi salam's shirt to show it to the father, to convince him that. But imagine what was Yusuf alayhi salam's value in the eyes of these brothers. Despite knowing he's such a dear one to our father, whatever, even as a brother for them, if they're selling the brother, at least they should think he's our brother, let us sell him at least at a good value. No, 20 dirhams is fine, take him away. And they sold him with an insignificant price. They didn't even bother. It was less than an animal's price. They sold him like that because they didn't value him. He was so insignificant for him. Okay, and this is very sad. And so yes, so they sold him for 20 dirhams and they decided to share the money between each other, and they didn't feel much about it. Okay, once there's a story. They say that the racing of the camels is allowed, racing of people is allowed. That's why these boys said that we are going and we will be racing with each other. So once his famous camel, Qadba, which no camel could overtake, was beaten in a race by a Bedouin's camel. So the companions were very saddened. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam remarked, it is binding on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that whatever rises high in this world must be brought down. Umar has said that in races involving beasts, their owners should be riding them. It's better for the owners to ride them. Okay. And he said that because even though the shirt was drenched in blood, it was not torn from any place, and that is why he said that, that cannot be true that he's eaten it. And also to tell you another point, that when you complain, when you are saddened by your own people, it hurts you much more. When your own parents go against you, when your own children go against you, when your own spouse sees you as very insignificant, it hurts you much more. In that time, you can complain, but not to people. Complain to Allah. And it's okay to complain to Allah. Complain to Allah, ask for guidance, seek forgiveness, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most forgiving and most merciful. So these are the things for today. And we will go about, I will tell you the ahadith on patience to start my next talk, because I could not tell this, but we will continue with telling you. I've just told you right now that you can complain to Allah and be patient. And I'll talk about patience when we begin the next talk, inshallah, because there were certain ahadith I wanted to share with you. So we'll start from there. And please be on time next week, 11 o'clock, inshallah, because I'm here and I was waiting for you people, inshallah. And all those who couldn't make it, I hope Allah give them hidayah and capability to join next week, inshallah. Okay, wa akhir dawam alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. May Allah accept this, whatever was good and beneficial is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if there was any mistake and error, either it's my weakness, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me for that, or it's from shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us away from shaitan and his fitna and his shar, and give us the khair of dunya and akhirah, and keep us away from every shar of dunya and akhirah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with this. Jazakumullah khair for listening to me. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka anta samiun alim, wa tub alaina innaka anta tawwabur rahim. Birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin, birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin, birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khairi khalqihi Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Wa barik wa sallim alayhi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa iyyakum lutfiya.